Hi, it's Mary with All That's Crafty, and I'm here today to share with you some organization that I have done over the last couple of days. I found the Fridge Binz that Jennifer McGuire was talking about in her video where she organizes her stamps, and also some of the Fridge Binz that she used to organize her stamp pads. So I am so excited to show you what I've been working on. I have been doing this for 2 days and just really excited how things turned out. So let's get started. The first thing I want to share with you is this bin right here. This is a blue bin, and they had it on clearance at my Marshalls for $10. And as you can see, it's on top of this little rolling cart that I got at Walmart. Let me see if I can pan down without making you sick. It's a 3-drawer cart, and I love it because it has wheels, and it's sitting beside my desk, so I can just scoot it around in front of this set of drawers right there. And I put all of my Copic markers in there, as well as my colored pencils. So let's take a closer look. How I've organized this is I have these that I've had for a long time. Let me pull it out. If you guys remember back in the Creative Memory days, they had these photo boxes, and you can organize, like, I forget, 250 photos or something in this little plastic thing that went in a big black photo box. Well, they fit perfectly inside this blue bin that I got, and I'm trying to see the measurements. I'll look in the back because I don't see them on the front part here, but there are 6 of these inside, and then I have them broken up with my colors, and then I have my Copic book in the very front to keep track of what Copic markers I have, and that just slides in there nicely. I also have my airbrush system back here, and I have room to grow. And I love this because if I do want to take my Copic markers to the living room or something, it's sitting on top of this. All I have to do is pick this up and carry it to the living room with me. And I'm trying to find the measurements. This one is 8 inches by 14.5 by 6 inches, and that sits quite nicely on top of this little file cart that I got, like I said, at Walmart. And what I've done on the front is I've had these rulers and some hair ties, so I just connected them on both sides to put a ruler here, and I have a ruler in the back section that will keep products from falling off either front ways or back ways. I also put my Inktense pencils here. I have my chalks over here. I have another one of my Copic charts right here. And then I had this for a while now. I got this at like the dollar spot at Target. So I have other colored pencils and watercolor pencils there. And then this one I got at Hobby Lobby, and it has more colored pencils, and it just sits right back there. And then I've got the stumps and my brushes as well. So totally thrilled with how that came out, and the fact that when these used to sit on top of my desk in the old system that I had them in, I'm kind of a short girl, so to look down on the colors, I was always having to tip the bag over. Plus the fact that when I sat the bag on my desk, it took up precious table space. So now that it's here, it's very easy for me to look down, find the color I want, and use it, and put them back, and not be taking up table space. Thrilled about how that came out. Let me show you what else I've done. The next thing I want to show you is how I've taken these Alex drawers that are on each side of my desk and used some of the Fridge Binz to organize what's in there. Let me show you. In the 3rd drawer down on the left side of my desk, in the Alex drawer, I've used some of the Fridge Binz containers to help organize my inks and my stamping, embossing powders, I should say. But here is the small one. This is the one that Jennifer McGuire was using, and I really like it. I think I got these for either $4 or $4.50 on clearance, And I have some Brilliance ink stays on, my Memento, some Versamark, and some odd stamps like a VersaFine on this side. So I really do like how it sits in the drawer. It's like the perfect size. There is a little bit of wiggle room, but it's a great size for the drawer. And then in this one, which is right next to it, yes, and this one was $4.99 originally, marked down to $4 at Marshall's. And like I said, this one holds a bunch of my embossing powders. And then I also have a Flower Soft in there. And then in the one next to it, I've put this little container. I have my little gelatos in. And then I bought this as a 3-pack. This is the same little tubs, I believe, that Jennifer is using for her embossing powders. And they were really cute. They were $5.99 for the 3, so I thought I'd give these a try and see how I liked it. But what I also found was not only do they fit in this little container for the fridge bin, but they also hold the mini ink blending round foam pads perfectly. So that's a whole pack in there. So I really like that. So I just stuck them down in there till I want to get to them. And then in the back of this drawer, I have some of these old containers that I've had that are made out of clear acrylic, and I just put my stickles and any glitter glues like that, or even some of these liquid pearls in the back. And then there's the lid for this box. It sits right next to it. I have a brayer in there, and then I have some different paints and the studio matte medium and things like that. And then right back here I have some additional stamping pads that I don't use all the time, but I still can get to them if I want to. But 3 of these drawers fit nicely, and I can still access what's in the back. This is just one of those little plastic bins, and I keep all my need to get to real quickly jelly roll pens, my white Signo Uniball pens, some silver and white pens, and then my Versamark pen. Anything that I really like to keep on hand, I just keep it right up here, and I can just put this right back down in its little space. That's how I had this drawer organized. Let me show you the other 2. In the 4th drawer down, it's the second wide drawer. I have first this box that I've had for quite some time, and I keep a lot of my adhesives in here. I have different widths of the score tape. I have an AGT tape runner in here, some of our little tape, the low-tack tape, some mono multi-glue, you know, just anything like that, glue dots, foam dots, it's all in here. And then back here I keep my baby wipes, so they're easily reachable to clean stamps. And then I had a little bit of extra room right here, so I just put some stamping mist, stays on cleaner, my glass cleaner, and then I use this little cheese for grated cheese dispenser. I use it to hold little tiny little black rubber bands that I use to wrap around my yarn when I buy it by the yard. So that just stays right in this little nook right there. But back here I have another one of my fridge bins, and I love this. The way I was organizing a lot of my embellishments for the past several years was by color. I had seen a video, I'm out of breath, I'm sorry. I had seen a video, and what they were talking about is separating everything by color. So if it was red, everything red went in one place, everything blue, green, no matter what it was. And that way when you wanted something red, you knew if it was a brad or a button or a ribbon or a flower, it was all in the red drawer. What I found was, while it did work for when I wanted a particular color, it really wasn't helping me to utilize all the product that I had. It wasn't giving me any inspiration. And you were digging. I really didn't like how it was in the drawer. You kind of had to dig, and honestly, I was forgetting about a bunch of stuff that I had, like these. Let me show you this. This is, let me move the wipes. This is another one of the fridge bins, and this is a container of glass bead, you know, the little glass beads, the micro beads. haven't even hardly used them. And it's just because they were all separated, and I was honestly forgetting that I even had them. So this, to me, the way my brain works, this, looking at all of these colors, it makes me get excited and makes me want to use them. And I just think it's so pretty. So that's how my brain works. That's what works for me. Not saying the other system's bad, just we're all different. And what works for somebody may not work for somebody else. And then I have a couple of my baby wipes that I've reused several times, and they get dry and I just stick them there and I can still reuse them. And then in the very back, I have some embossing powders that I've had for a good while. Oh, my dog is wanting to play. Sorry, Tinkerbell. Go on. Let me throw her a ball. This is an old Stampin' Up! Box that you would put your stamps that you got from them in, like a wood mount stamp. And I put them in here, but honestly, if you tilt this left or right to the side, they do come out of the edges. So this really wasn't a great place to put embossing powders. But I have them in here. They're not my favorite embossing powders, so for right now, I'll just leave those in there. But I do have them right behind this, and it does help to fill that little corner up and utilize that space. And I can see them, so I won't forget they're there. Throw the ball again. Now let me show you what's in the bottom drawer. I'm going to change the camera angle again. Now let me show you what's in the last drawer. In this drawer, I have tried several different things, and so hopefully I'll really like how this is going to work. I just did organize all this, so I really haven't had a chance to work in my room yet. But like with the glass beads, I really think I'm going to like it. I've taken one of the smaller Fridge Binz and then a couple of the wider Fridge Binz, and they fit very nice side by side with the long way going towards the back of the drawer, and this one going across the front of the drawer like this. And I've put all of my flat back pearls and any kind of adhesive blings that we like to put on our cards or our projects. And so this one is full of pink and purple. And then there was a little bit of a gap right here, so I had some of this pink bling on a spool, so I stuck it there, and then I have some of this mesh black stuff, so I just stuck it in the hole to use up the space there. I can't get to it. And then this container back here is a whole bunch of colors, or if they're a mixed pack, like this has several different colors in it, that's all going to be right in this container. And then in the front container, I can easily pull it out like I can the other two. And this one has white or the clear looking gems and pearls. And across the front, I put all my doodlebug. And so this way, when I'm working and I want to find something, all I have to do is reach down in the drawer, pull this up, sit it on my desk, look through it, use what I want, put the packaging back in here, and slip it back in the drawer. So easy to clean up. When I'm crafting, I like to have, as much as I can, a clean desk. I know it's impossible, but when I can reach for things that I want to use all the time and easily utilize them and put them right back in the drawer, it really helps clean up to go that much faster. The next things I want to share with you are what I put behind my desk. And there's 2 units on each side that are clear acrylic, and I absolutely love these. So that's the view of the back of my room. So let me get a closer view so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and how I love these new containers. What you see in front of you are actually 4 different containers. There's one on the top right here that is separate. These are originally designed to hold cosmetics, and this one is a lipstick holder. But I found these beautiful glass jars of glass glitter, and they just fit perfectly inside. I also have these 3 units, and they each have 3 drawers, and I have put all kind of beautiful, colorful things in each one of them. So I'm going to give you a close-up look at all of this. As I stated earlier, I have a lot of my glitters up here. These are my Martha Stewart, and there are 3 deep and 4 across, fitting in this nice compartment in the front. I also have 12 of these glass little jars with the corks on top where lipstick would go. So I absolutely love that. Then across the back, there's 2 compartments on this side and 1 on this. These are perfect for holding my mini misters. 2 of the tall glitters from Michaels can fit in this one. And look at this. Our mini ink blending tools can fit perfectly down in here, and you can actually fit 3 across. And then here is a wide thing of glitter that I just stuck right there. Now let me show you what I've got in the drawers. I'm going to move down for you. When I originally purchased this set of 3 drawers here came with the one up top that has the glitter in it. Now they do sell this separate, and I bought these at Marshall's. I also understand you might find them at TJ Maxx, but the one on the top with the lipstick holder part runs about $8 if I remember correctly. The one on the bottom here with the 3 drawers is about $12.99, but I was able to purchase both of them together for $17.99, so I saved a little money there. And then I bought another single and another one with the lipstick holder that's on the other side of the room, or I should say on the other side of this credenza. Let me show you what's inside. I absolutely love the fact that the drawers come completely out, and here are all my little sequins and glitters that I got for making my shaker cards. So there's that one. And then here are more of my Martha Stewart chunky ones here. And I just love the way they fit perfectly. And I love the fact that it's clear so you can really see what's in each one of the drawers. More glitter. And now I'm going to show you the ones further down. This one has even more glitter and some really small jars of chunky glitter. This one again has fine glitter. And then this one here, I've put all my little flocking powders. So as you can see, they weren't getting utilized, and I do believe it's because I had to dig for them and I forgot they were there. These are some of the twinkling H2O paints, which you need to leave the caps off when you put water in them so they dry. But for the sake of being able to see all the colors I have and the fact that they're in the drawer, I went ahead and took the caps off and sat them in the back. That way, when I open the drawer, I can easily see all the colors I have. The next drawer has my magical micas from Lindy's and a few stamp pads. And then on the very bottom one are some more of my smaller ink pads and some perfect pearls. I absolutely love this storage system. Let me show you the one on the other side of the room. Now here's the system I have on the other side. Once again, I have the same cosmetic that holds the lipsticks here, and I have some of these powders in them. As you can see across the back, I have 3 of my mini ink blending tools. I have some small spoons that I purchased great for embossing powders. I have Ink Potion number 9, and then I have some of my Stickles glitter in this one. So let me show you what's in this box down below, because this is different. This particular box has 4 deeper drawers and then 2 deeper drawers that are split across the top. But let me show you how I'm using them. Now in this one, I have my Distress glitters and then my big dry glitter from Granger. And this one, I have some more powder. I can't remember what these things are called. I have them in the paperwork. Isn't that funny? I go to show it to you and my mind goes blank. Anyway, more coloring stuff, just mixed with water and paint. And then what I absolutely love is my paper tray ink pads fit perfectly in these drawers. They can fit 2 deep, and there can be actually 2 sitting here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pads can fit in this one drawer. So 14 times 4, that's more ink pads than paper tray currently has. So this will hold all my paper tray ink for some time. And I love it, because that was one of my hard things, is because of the unique shape of their ink pads, it was really difficult to find a storage system that worked for me. Now I can break them up according to colors on what I like and what works for my mind, and then I can put them in here and easily find, and you're not digging through, you know, 5 deep or whatever. It's just too deep. It's very easy, and I love the fact that it comes completely out. I can turn around, take it to my desk, or simply just take the ink pad out and replace it when I'm done using it. That's my storage units, and I've got one more thing to show you. This is a desk unit that I've had for a number of years. It belonged to my kids when I homeschooled my older boys, and I have used it in my craft room now. So it sits to the right of my regular desk. As you can see, I have my Big Kick on it, and then I have some stamps with my background stamps in here, and then in the back, of course, you have to have your candy, keep you going. This is the other big fridge bin that Jennifer McGuire talked about, and I do have my stamps here. I have to finish filing things, and some of them still need their sleeves. I've actually run out of sleeves, but I really do love this. Any dies that I have that match, I'm putting in the back of the stamps with the appropriate size magnet that I've attached to the backing that came with the stamp. I just trimmed them now to fit inside these pockets from Avriel, and I really am enjoying this system. I just have to finish it and organize it so it works for me. And then I have a spare one of those fridge bins to the left. Let me show it to you. I don't want to make people dizzy. Here's another one. I'll just move these things out of the way. Whoops! Here's the other one that I had the Copic markers in. And what I have in here is just odds and ends of stuff. I've been trying to organize my room and really put like items together. But what I've done is the adhesive fabric sheets. I have like these metal sheets. I have the adhesive sheets. Any specialty kind of papers like that I've put right here. Or I've even put some of these like tag sheets in here so that they're easier to find. And then these are just cards I've made in front, little projects, little notes that I don't want to bury away. So old creative memory stuff recycled and being used right there. So that's my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you found something that helps you to organize your craft room. Thanks for watching. Bye.